Hey guys, and welcome to week 31 of my devlog for Finding Home, the zombie game and creating. Yep, just one more week of work after this, and I will be starting to try and do what I need to do to put the game on Steam. Yeah, just one more week. After that, I did take some time off so I could focus on getting any last things in and then trying to figure out what it will take to get the game on Steam, just so I have something. I'm going to put early access and giant caps everywhere else, just so people could get, friends and family and stuff, could get in and try to test it and fool around with it and stuff like that and have some fun. The game is pretty much almost on like a Rust level if I can get the multiplayer working properly, but yeah, just to kind of see how that goes. And that's kind of the plan. So I'm gonna put it up there for $14.99, but hopefully I can figure out how to get those like free keys. You know what I mean? It says when I was looking up at the site that it allows you to get free keys, so I give friends or family free keys for the game. But yeah, let's get into what I did this week. Oh, before I get into what I did this week. Once I finish and the game's up and people could test and send me screenshots of all the things they think is trash and I gotta fix, or bugs and errors and stuff, while that's going on and while I'm waiting for that, I want to make sure I get my character, that like start working on the old character with the character customization and all that stuff in there. Remember, the character's going to be sitting right in the dead center here, and there's going to be an edit character button, and then when you're going into new game, I'm going to have this shifted more to the right here so that the character's just kind of floating in the center, and you get to see yourself and what you look like. And if you ever want to go back, your character editor will be right there. And yeah, so that's what I want to get into the game. And then once the character's in there and stuff, character editor, I think that'll be pretty cool. And then I'll just focus on adding what people need and fixing problems and just slowly working on it and upgrading it, making it better. So yeah, again, these guys are still super weak and there's not that many of them. Just so I can get on to showing. Obviously the last week I will be focusing, that's one of the things I'll be working on, is making sure there's a lot more enemies. And the big bulky ones with lots of equipment on are harder to kill and stuff like that. That's why I took the week off, so I know there'll be a lot of stuff to work on, and I'm not too sure how easy it is to actually get a game on Steam, so there might be a lot of loopholes and stuff that I have to do, or maybe special things I have to package and stuff, so that'll be interesting. Alright, so yeah, like I said, there's no enemies, just so I can show off stuff. Yeah, so we're gonna take you into engine, and the first take I actually seen this, and I went and tried to show you guys how to fix how I was gonna fix this on the fly. But when I was deleting the whole object, it actually took a fair amount of time for some reason, and so I decided to remake the video because I didn't want 5 minutes of me just rambling on while I showed you, well, I just showed a deleting screen pretty much. Here I put a door here for now. I know it doesn't look right. I might look at something, but pretty much it's just too much stuff to load right now to see all the way back, and I don't like having like, oh well, you get to a certain point and then everything just pops in. Here, watch. Yeah, and then so it just pops in. These won't be there. I might put the doors in, like they're just doors that I just have in, but they'll be a part of the actual level. They won't pop in when right here. I'll make that more fluent, obviously, before the end. But yeah, that's why I have these doors in here. I just gotta find better doors for this. The door it comes with, you can't really, it's not like an actual, it's one of these big metal doors here, and there's no flexibility to it or bending to it or anything like that. So like, I guess I could do an animation so as it goes up, it like rotates as well. But even then, if you looked up, there'll still be this just giant horizontal metal door, because there's just nowhere for that giant object to go unless you like slowly deleted it and changed the alpha. I could make an animation where I change the alpha in time too, but that's getting really complex for something that should be just a simple door. I might just change the actual wall, but I'll look into that. That's but yeah, speaking about that, this area is something I just put in, right? So it's loading, unloading, as you see there. Just rough threw some stuff together. I hope it looks a little bit decent. Obviously, again, there'll be a bunch of guys to fight here. Places you can take cover in, you know what I mean? Hide behind here. There's certain things that you'll have to let me know. Like, I'm tracking right now these things here. Some of these have their hitbox thing is just like a big square, just a simple hitbox. I might have to change these to a complex hitbox, so your bullets go through. I think I changed these ones, but the one earlier on at the very first gate, your bullets get blocked by this. So I'm obviously gonna. Those are little things that you guys will have to go over, and if I miss something. All right. And so obviously this guy loads in, loads out. It's like a little sci-fi kind of facility here. Or I wanted to keep it as much in reality as possible. Like, these lights don't seem too futuristic. They just look like regular fluorescent or LED lights. You can get them at Costco. Well, the Costco ones don't look exactly like this because they're not commercialized, but you know what I mean. They're pretty simple. Yeah, and then the rooms load up. I gotta get doors, obviously. The doors will be there later. And then simple kind of lab. I don't know what these containers would be for, but I just threw them in there anyway. Books, some lights. Clock. Another lab room. Window. Look out at the nice scenery. Elevators to go down. I'm gonna have to add those in. I'm thinking about adding a janitor closet here, and then washrooms here, like male and female washrooms. Probably gonna close this off. But I was focusing on kind of just continuing on the downward motion, because remember, my main goal is to get an underground tunnel that leads from the science facility to the city. The whole point is like, this is some like not saying vaccines do cause people to become zombies. I might have to make a disclaimer. Some people are crazy enough to think they do, but that these are scientists working on like some sort of vaccine, and the vaccine and stuff has gone awry, or they're just doing weird testing in general. I think my monitor room doesn't look too sci-fi. Just like regular keyboard buttons and knobs and a phone, but it's hard to find non-sci-fi monitor rooms or assets that I already have. But yeah. And I just got blocked off the hallway, and I'm gonna open that up. When I was first doing my first round through this video, oh, it still did it. What happens there is I'm gonna die here when I hit the ground. Dead. Yeah, I'll randomly respond. Why not? What happened there is the level streaming volume. The level streaming volume is not set up, and I forgot that I built the game, and even all the little edits I did not change. So I was actually thinking that it wouldn't unload there, but it still did because I had pre-built the game before the first run through. But yeah, that's all I had. What I showed you, and so I'll go into the engine and show you guys it as well. Let's quit here. So first thing, while it's still on the top of my mind, I'll do this here. So like I was saying, in the game, this was floating, and so I did in the video lowering this, which is one static object, a complete mesh. And what I do, again, here's the compound entrance blueprint. So when I need to fix something, I have a blueprint version of it. I could grab the individual objects and move them around, and once I have everything in the right spot, then I drag it in there, right click, and create a static merged mesh of it, and then I create the LODs of it. So LODs, again, was just level of details. So that's right here. The level of details you see up here, when you're getting farther and farther away, the amount of triangles and the quality reduces, because you don't need high quality when you're this far away. It doesn't need to be like super sharp, because you can't really see the object. But once you get close, you want really higher quality. And right now, I could probably do it even so it lowers more and more triangles, because you have to get pretty far right now before the LODs actually change. But that was just a quick preset in Unreal Engine. And where I had to stop it is when I went to delete this mesh. It actually took a while to delete for some reason. And I need to delete it so I can create a new one, because I don't want two static meshes with the exact same name, right? So I have to delete the old one, drag the blueprint into the right spot. So usually I drag the blueprint in, match it up to its location, then delete the old one, and then create the new merged mesh. Alright, so let's get that speed back up, and I'll show you where I was talking about. So one of the other fixes I just did when I did my first run through, and as you've seen, is this level streaming volume here was actually like this. So when you walk down the stairs, as you've seen, the whole level unloaded. So all I did was I don't need it this tall. You're never going that high in the sky right now. So all I did was just drag it down to just about where I might have some roof or something. So I might go on to the roof. But even then, I could probably go here and be safe and just have a new level streaming volume for up there. I create the level streaming volumes extra big just in case. So usually stuff like me falling to the floor doesn't happen. But as you can see, I added in all these guys, and it's just the same things. So each little part here is all one solid static mesh that with level details added to them. The one problem with making that is that you can't actually move any of the objects because it's solid. So later on, if you guys wanted something with physics enables, which you've seen before, I added in one of my old videos where you could run into, say, this dolly, and you want the dolly to like roll around or move when you run into it. I'd have to not have that a part of the static mesh. I'd have to just drop that into that specific level as just a basic object and give it physics. It will be more performance heavy, but I mean, if you're not doing that many things, it should be fine. But with the quality of graphics and stuff that I have right now, because it looks kind of like detailed, I wanted to make everything as best performance as possible for now, and then we can work on seeing how it works on people's computers, and if everything's fine and dandy, we could make on doing more stuff like that afterwards. And again, so even I could show you just with another basic room like this lab. This lab 2, we could go to objects, interiors. You can see lab 2 here, where I could maybe move this keyboard here, and I could design the room really the way I want it now that I have a prefab. And once I'm done designing the room the way I like it, I could just drag it out. So, you know, and maybe I wanted another lab like right here. Then once I'm happy with the position, I can make merge actors. This is going to be a temp thing. Meshes. This is an interior. I can make like lab 2 sure, because I'm just going to probably delete it afterwards. And for levels, I'm going to want it to be in area number 1, I believe. I just don't want to go too far in area number 1. Or I could actually move the facility level, stream, and volume down a bit like that. Yep. Now I'm going to make it part of facility 1. So I'll double click that. I'm going to drag in my meshes, interiors, 2 of 2. Yeah. And I'm going to make it line up close to the other one I had. There we go. Oh, still too high. I want to be able to enter the room. There we go. So now I got my blueprint. I'll delete the blueprint here. That's fast. Alright. Then if I wanted to show it, one of the things I could do is I could start for camera location. Is this going to work? Oh, not gonna work. I'm gonna have to start from start location. It's because I have a video and everything's set up now, so the video takes control of my camera, and then while it's controlling my camera, my character's falling to the world and dying. Don't know. Yeah. The reason why I wanted to do that was like quickly show you guys. I'm gonna just try to sprint there and ignore these people. I might die. That's why I usually kill them. Go. Hide behind the wall. Go. Oh, I think I need to put some grass there. That looks odd. Alright. Don't get distracted. Yeah, one of the things I didn't mention is I think this week was a little bit slower for me because my son got sick. We were like, oh, COVID. No, it wasn't COVID. He just had this weird like stomach sick. He had no fever, he seemed fine during the day, but in the evening, like, he would throw up, and I think it's because he was drinking. He drank too much of the pool water when we went swimming. We had a big pool party, and he kept gulping on the pool water for some reason. So I think that's what have got him. But yeah, he during the day he seems fine, but oh wow, that door went right through me. In the evening, he throws up for some reason. So I was laying him down, you know what I mean, and in the evenings, trying to make him feel better, and laying down with him. And that's in the evenings is usually the only time I get to code, so, or to do this kind of stuff. So it took away a lot of my time this week because he was sick the whole week, and but I still try to get as much in as I can, obviously. So we look at this one here, and you can see the keyboard is behind the tablet a bit. And what we did with ours is we moved the keyboard out, right? So let's go see our new one. Yeah, and see the keyboard is moved. So that's how simple it is for me to move objects and change things around. As you can see, it's put the new desk building in. I probably won't keep this here. Like I said, I'll probably delete it. I just wanted to show it as an example of now how sometimes easy it is for me to put prefabs in. And so creating more in levels down the line or adding levels will be good. I'll just need feedback later on what you guys think of it. I still have to create a prefab for the bathrooms and the janitor's closet, but we'll get there. And like I said, main thing is I want to and this shouldn't kick me out now. Yeah, so I can get all the way to the bottom without the unloading. And this, yeah, this is what I have here. Alright, that's all I had to show this week, sadly. And like I said, well, it's coming close here where you guys will be able to get hands-on. One more week of me trying to get as much stuff in there, and then I want to focus on kind of doing whatever it is, again, because my deadline for myself was September, just to see what it would be like to put a game out on Steam, even if it's not complete, just like what it takes to do. So far I only see that it costs me like $100, but I mean, it'll be worth it to to be like, hey man, I put a game up there, it's not complete, but I'm going to constantly work on it. I'm gonna make it complete one day, you know what I mean? Even if I don't get much for it. And like I said, I'm just gonna put it for like something low as like $14.99. And I think, like I said, I was telling people, if you think about it, like, if the multiplayer works, this is almost just as much stuff as they have in Rust, because Rust is doesn't really have much stuff. Because you still have the ability to like pick up the hatchet or something, right? And build just like you can in Rust. Collect wood. I'm gonna need the blueprint actually. Hold the blueprint. Yeah. You can still do like foundations and floors and build things and attack friends and stuff like that and kill each other. I think I actually might just leave all this stuff here. Or maybe like certain areas with a bunch of like weapons and things. If I have different spawn points, so depending on where you want to be in the world, you could cut down trees and get things and build bases and stuff. Well, that's the hope anyway. Alright, I think that's it for now. Again, if you have any comments, questions, please let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching. You guys have a good one. Ciao.